Mei had always been the kind of person who listened before she spoke. She admired strength, not just the kind found in muscles or uniforms, but the strength that lived quietly in discipline, duty, and sacrifice. For her, the military wasn't just an institution. It was a symbol of people who carried responsibility on their shoulders and never complained about the weight. Yu Long felt the same, though he expressed it differently. In his eyes, the military represented order, bravery, and the courage to protect others even when no one was watching. As a CEO used to leading thousands, he understood the pressure of making decisions that affected lives. That understanding made him respect the military even more deeply. Their shared admiration for the military became one of the soft connections between them, a bond that surprised both of them. It wasn't dramatic. It wasn't loud. It simply existed like a steady heartbeat. They loved watching military parades together. Mei would sit quietly, eyes focused on the synchronized steps, the crisp uniforms, and the calm determination on each soldier's face. She always said those moments made her feel grounded, like she was watching the purest form of dedication. Yu Long would stand beside her, hands folded behind his back, studying every movement with a calm expression. He admired precision, and the military offered it in every step, every salute, every formation. He often said that discipline was a kind of beauty that could not be faked. Sometimes they visited military museums, wandering through halls filled with history and stories of people who had given everything for duty. Mei would take her time reading the small plaques beneath each display, while Yu Long observed the larger details, trying to imagine the world through the eyes of those who had served. When they spoke about it, their voices softened. They talked about courage, sacrifice, loyalty, and the quiet strength of people who trained not for applause, but for purpose. It reminded them of what truly mattered in a world filled with noise and distraction. On evenings when the city outside was loud, they would sit together and watch documentaries about military life, not for entertainment, but for understanding. Mei admired the resilience of young recruits learning to overcome their limits. Yu Long admired the leadership of commanders who carried the weight of responsibility with calm steadiness. They both believed that the values the military stood for could guide anyone: respect, discipline, honor, patience, teamwork, the idea of serving something bigger than oneself. Their love for the military wasn't about weapons or battles. It was about admiration for character. It was about the strength of the human spirit when it is shaped with purpose. And in that shared admiration, Mei and Yu Long found something meaningful. A reminder that even in a changing world, some principles remain timeless. A reminder that strength can be gentle, that courage can be quiet, and that respect can bring two hearts to understand the world in the same way, even without speaking.